Good morning, everybody. Jim Adkins here from Adkins Results Coaching with day 11 of your 30-day challenge. Today is, well, like most days, I try to share with you some personal experience with regards to growth and goals and things like that. Today is not going to be any different. It's personal experience, and it's lessons learned as well as intriguing new questions to be answered. So let's just get started. Today I wrote, too much is too much. And I myself have coaches. I'm acting as your coach here, really just a voice of reason or unreasonable ideas, whatever you want to look at it. But right now, a coach, depending on what part of your life you have a coach for. I have a nutritional coach, fitness coach, who actually helps me with my diet planning, my calorie intake, and the scientific achievement of watching which foods work best for my type of body. That's a coach. And we monitor and measure everything. And then he has people who help him, my daughter and their company, who guide him through the changes to help me. That's one coach. Another coach I have the Tony Robbins people still, for over 30 years now. Before I trained through that association, I used them as a coach, and I use them every day to help keep me on track. Those are my goals, my life coach, my fulfillment coaches, which is what I do. And using those coaches, and as a coach myself, I try to pay attention and learn every day about new processes or the way people respond or react or push against. And using your own experiences sometimes is best. So I wrote today, too much is too much. And I look back to when I had a personal trainer. Okay, now this is no disrespect to personal trainers, and definitely no disrespect to my old personal training coaches. It's just something I learned about myself as a coach and the process. Imagine, if you will, hiring somebody in a gym, a fitness center, to take you to the next level physically. You hire their expertise, you seek them out, you like their personality, you like what they believe in, you like what they stand for, you like the research that they've done, they have the right background for you, and they're available and they accept you. That's kind of how you choose a coach, right? And you get out there and you go to work and you've got your goals, and you've decided that every day you're going to make the gym. Every day, 7 days a week, this is what's going to happen. And you hire your coach to hold you accountable. Well, the coach is going to do what you both set out to do. You're going to say, okay, 7 days a week, I'm going to be here 7 days a week. I need you to be here 7 days a week too. Well, 7 days a week is a great goal, but pretty soon it's a real lofty commitment. It can work, but there are other things, sometimes just play along with me, if you will, that take precedence on an everyday basis. And especially if it's a new habit or new routine for you, it might be a little overwhelming. Well, you may have set yourself up for failure. Too much is too much. Now, I'm not saying don't shoot for the stars, because you definitely can do that. But let's just say, what if, in my case, that becomes too much? Well, if you miss a day, do you beat yourself up and consider yourself a failure and then drop everything? Or if you miss 2 days, a week, and you're only getting 5 days a week in, and that's 5 days more than you've ever done before, but you don't look at it that way. We have a tendency to look at the negative and go, well, I missed 2 days, I might as well just quit. Now put the coach on top of that. Let's say you fall into a routine, and your routine is 3 days a week, and it works. 3 days a week is 3 days more than you've ever done before, and it's working. And you get there, and your coach is working with 3 days a week and says, today we're going to do this. And a good personal trainer will not just hand you a piece of paper and let you go. A personal trainer is going to follow you through the gym, and they're going to stand over you and make sure you have every lift, every exercise correct. The form is correct. You're not hurting yourself. You're doing exactly the right amount of reps to push yourself beyond the point where you were last time, but not too much to hurt or injure yourself. And you're lifting and you're lowering and you're adding and you're taking away. And all of these things, but your coach is in your face. And they're there every minute for that hour that you're there to remind you what to do. Come on, do it, and push you. Come on, you want to give up. No, you can't give up. This is not you. You want to do this. You told me this is what you can do. I saw you yesterday. I know that you can do this much. Let's go. Well, now imagine that coach follows you home and you don't get to leave them at the gym. And they're there every minute of every day. What are you doing? How are you doing it? Did you look at your goals today? Did you do your lifts today? Did you weigh yourself? Did you measure yourself? Are you eating the right amounts of food? Are you taking enough time for yourself? Are you getting enough sleep for yourself? And this continues 24/7. Well, the intentions of the coach are good, but too much is too much. Do you understand? The voice in your head can become that coach who's too much. Or if you live with a coach, that can be too much. And I'll share my personal experience with you at the end of this video, but this is all kind of a personal experience. In your head, you can start to beat yourself up just like that coach on every minute. Follow me? You've got your goals, you know your reasons, and you have your regular life ahead of you that you've been working at for whatever many years, and that's your norm. Well, changing your routine and creating new habits is not an easy thing. It takes effort. It takes action. It takes thought. It takes time. Sometimes we look at that effort as work. And a lot of us will decide that the word work is just too much to deal with. Of course, we need to reframe how we speak. We need to reframe the words that we choose for ourselves to move forward. But work, come on. Reframe that. Does it work? Yeah, it works. That's a great way to look at work, right? Did I get it to work? Yeah, it works. Can I work through this? Absolutely. I got to put the work in. Wait a minute. The voice in your head can be that coach that won't shut up, won't shut off. Too much is too much. I've got people that are stressing themselves out because as a coach, they watch. They haven't engaged fully as a client or coach. They just watch and they follow the instructions and they're doing well, but without a coach to tell them when to pull back, when to move forward, what to tweak, how to have sensory acuity and move forward and remind them what they're doing. That the missing element can create too much. And amongst the too much, people have a tendency to look to the negative first. And as human beings, it's easier for us to notice the negative or notice what it is not. Just how it is. You need to reframe that and change it for yourself, but that is a truth that you can use a coach for. When it becomes too much, you have a tendency to stop going 7 days a week and you drop down to 5. And because you've dropped from 7 to 5, you start to look at the negative. Well, I failed myself. I missed 2 days this week, or I missed my hour of power, or I missed my moment of triumph for myself, or I missed the mark, or you know what, I ate off track, or I didn't get up and do the flyers, the advertising, or the education today for my new business. And you start to beat yourself up and you fall back into your old routine. And the old routine will be making a living instead of designing your life. And sometimes making a living stresses you out. And pretty soon you're back in that spiral of comfort. I'm not going to stay long on this, but I do want to point this out to you. You are where you are right now because you want to be. I know it sounds funny, especially if you've fallen backwards or if you're not exactly where you think you need to be. You're exactly where you want to be. Intellectually, it doesn't make sense, but theoretically, I mean, you can follow me, right? Scientifically, you can follow the thought process. You get what you tolerate. You become what you think about. You act as if in accordance to. You have certain comfort zones, whether they're successful or not, that keep you in a comfortable place. If you start pushing to move yourself forward, and that's uncomfortable, and it will be, sometimes we have a tendency to pull back and sabotage your own success. How that happens is too much. Too much. You overthink it, then you negatively think it, then you start to drop it. That coach who's in your head 24/7 is you. That fitness personal trainer standing over you, come on, one more rep, 10 more reps. You say, I just want to sleep. I just want to rest. You can't. Well, I'm failing. Well, I'm just going to quit altogether. I don't want to hear the coach anymore. So how do you turn it off? Well, if you live with that guy, it's hard to turn it off. But if it's in your head, if it's yourself, remember, it's okay to take time. You don't have to be 100% on successful every day. It's something to shoot for, but it doesn't happen automatically. If it happens automatically, it's time to set your goals higher. That's what a coach would do for you. This is easy. This is too easy. I got this. Fantastic. Let's celebrate the success and let's move forward. What's next? That would be a coach, right? How is this getting us closer to our main massive goal? Let's do this. Let's look at this. How does this feel to you? Make sense? Good. So how do you get out of your head? Take a break. Don't take a break from your goals. Don't take a break you review your goals daily. Review them daily. Wake up, make it your first thing in the morning. Do it with a good, happy heart. Don't turn on the news. Don't look at your phone and get on the social media. Definitely watch this video. But don't get wrapped up in unnecessary drama or other people's opinions of where the world is going. Put on a happy heart. Look forward to the day. Get in a good state of mind. Kiss your wife, kiss your husband, go hug the kids, pet the dog, kick the cat, whatever makes you happy. And review your goals. Review them in the positive, review them in the now. Celebrate yesterday's successes and today's continual success. Build upon that every day. And then trust the process. Take simple action steps to move towards that goal. It doesn't have to be great, massive action every day. Keep it in your mind. But when you're pushing it all the time and you're pushing too far and you're pushing too hard and you're talking to yourself all the time and you're beating yourself up or you're looking at the things you didn't accomplish or the things you didn't do, I'm not sure what's happening here. Looks like it froze. If you're looking at the things you didn't do, what you might want to do is take a step back, look at the things you did accomplish, and then take a breath and allow yourself to move forward. Okay, personal experience. If you're trying to help yourself and in the process you're judging or helping others, sometimes there's a tendency not to look inward, but to look outward. And we often look at other people and see what they're not doing and try to help them before you even help yourself. And in doing so, you can become overbearing to the other person, especially if you're a professional coach. In my personal life, what I do notice is that if I'm correcting or making strides in bettering myself, I have a tendency to look at my students and my wife and my son and try to push on them what I know I need to be doing every day. And instead of saying, hey, how was your day? The conversation becomes, have you done your goals today? Instead of, hey, give me a hug. I love you. I miss you. Let's sit down. Did you do what you were supposed to do today, yesterday, the next day? And it can be overwhelming. Too much is too much. And you set your standards high and you hold their standards high. You might push them into a corner they're not comfortable with. And they may rebel and pull away from you. And that's my own personal experience. And I do that with my students. I do it with my family. And I know that because I do it out of love, but too much is too much. Okay, so the message today is allow yourself the little successes Don't beat yourself up. Try to focus on the positive. And when it gets too much in here, take a simple break and remind yourself of how far you've already come. Build on those successes for tomorrow. Okay. Welcome to day 11. I had to use a paper. I don't have 11 fingers. I'm not fast enough to put up 11 really quick. We'll see what happens. All right, you guys, I love you. Have a great day. I'm not sure if this is still recording or not, but I will double check. Until next time, on your mark, get set, grow. 11.